Okay, so I'm recording now, and first of all, thank you very much. Appreciate everybody coming in today. I know that we've got a lot of folks who are interested in project management certification. Some of you are preparing to begin your studies, and I think this is a great opportunity to have Jeff Moser join us with with his experience of taking the project management exam. And Jeff, since we have folks who are also not only thinking about the exam, but thinking about a career in how the PMP is beneficial to you or to your experiences, if you can share with us, that would be helpful. And so whenever you're ready, please get started.
Okay. Yeah, thanks, Jimmy. So yeah, like Jimmy said, my name is Jeff Moser. I'm a program manager that works at Rackspace. We were fortunate enough when I first started at Rackspace just over 4.5 years ago to have a pretty in-depth project management training calendar where Jimmy was the instructor. So when I started, I was hired as a program manager, but the preponderance of my professional career was all based on military experience, which can be best characterized as guerrilla project management, just basically doing whatever it takes to get the job done. So I didn't have the fundamentals of project management codified. So through Rackspace and Jimmy's instruction, I actually did Introduction to Project Management, his one-day course, Intermediate Project Management, which I think was 2 to 3 days, and then the PMP test prep, which is probably more the advanced. That's the 40-hour block of instruction that Jimmy offers. Now, the 40-hour prep actually does exactly what it says. It preps you for the exam. But me personally, I suffer from extreme test anxiety. So I did not feel I was ready 3 years ago to take the test, and made every excuse in the book not to schedule the exam. First thing Jimmy will tell you after you complete the 40-hour block is, hey, on the back end, schedule the exam no more than 3 months after, because you start having information leak. Well, I had a vacation scheduled like 45 days after the exam, so I was like, well, am I really going to cram and get it in 40? No, I didn't. So fast forward 3 years later, I took the 40-hour PMP prep with Jimmy a second time, and got all kinds of, the more you study, the more you learn, the more you attain. So I got all kinds of more nuggets, but still wasn't prepared in my mind to sit the exam without individual study. So I went through the entire RETA book, read it chapter by chapter, did multiple turns on the 400 questions that they provided. Did it so many times that I started to recognize the questions just on the first few words, so that wasn't really helping me anymore because I was doing rote memorization versus application. So I started expanding, getting more third-party questions so that I could, see if my application was actually there. Beyond that, the study aids and the brain dump sheets, there's plenty of resources out there where you can get those, but they all recommend that, hey, you determine what it is you think you need to take to brain dump before you take the exam. And I actually found one that had earned value management formulas, main PMP formulas, and then the project management processes mapped out. So basically, if you could sketch those out on your brain dump, you'd be prepared to go in there. That's what I did for my exam, and it actually paid great dividends. I tested and passed on the first try just over a month ago. I think it was actually right at a month. I think it was the 7th of October that I passed. And I was really concerned about formulas because I could not get all the formulas in my head, and even though there was a lot of folks saying that, you just need to know the main ones, and the bottom line was that was the true statement. I memorized current value, CV, SV, CPI, and SPI, and I learned one of the more detailed estimate at completion formulas. and again, that's basically all I needed. When it actually came time to test, I think I had of the 200 questions, maybe 6 or 7 formula questions, and that includes simple standard deviation and PERT formula as well. So it's really, you know, randomly generated. I know others have said that they've had significantly more formulas, but my experience wasn't like that. So the grand takeaway is take the 40-hour prep with Jimmie if you have the opportunity. Listen to everything he says, because essentially what he says in the class is actually on the exam, and he is going to prep you to pass the exam on the first attempt. And trust yourself. Trust your study habits. Be disciplined. Schedule the exam, and knock it out of the park.
Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate that. So now, look at it from a career standpoint. What was the benefit of the PMP when you're looking at it from, you know, how is it going to help you with your career? Why did you pursue it, and what feedback are you getting from having this certification?
Yeah, great question. So, everyday application, I actually do, when I go into a new project, I'm thinking about initiate, planning, execute, monitoring, controlling, and closing, you know, at least framing the project that way, and not necessarily going through all 42 or 47 different processes, but pulling out those ones that are important, and actually, you know, doing those to help shape and execute the program. And the beauty of it is there's templates out there to help you basically just fill in the blanks. Secondly, it's a differentiator professionally, because you're probably not surprised that, people assume that with my title as a program manager, a lot of people have asked, when did you get your PMP, or how was it, you know, how difficult, what did you do to prepare? And for 4.5 years, I was like, I don't have my PMP, and it just seemed like a strange fit. So it's a differentiator in just having conversations with different professionals. And again, it's you know, down the road in the event that I look to ever leave Rackspace, it's a differentiator on it, you know, on resume. Either you have it or you don't. And there's a lot of electronic applications where if you're applying for project or program management roles, they ask the disqualifying question: PMP, yes or no. If you say no, you don't even go any further. And like in my case, I had, you know, 20 plus years of leadership in project and program management, but I couldn't get past the PMP yes or no answer. So at least now I'm not disqualified just because I don't have the certification.
Yeah, that's a good point, because you know, if you don't have it, that's bad. And if you have it, it's like, well, we expect you to have it, kind of thing. So.
Yeah, that's exactly the case.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate that. Now, Jeff, I would open it up to maybe let me see if anybody has 1 or 2 questions. Other than that, we got to move on, because I don't like to keep people on forever. Does anybody have a question either through the chat or that they would like to ask Jeff regarding his experience?
Yes. Hear me? Hi, Jeff. It's Indra here.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
We can hear it.
So, hi, Jeff. My name is Indra. I do have management and technical background. So, I'm one of the person doing this on PMP just because of that. Can you hear me, Jeff?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. Somebody background, please. Go ahead.
Yes. It's a lot of echo background. Somebody's in mute audio. So, Jeff, my question is to you that after being pursuing in project management and you know, the portfolio management handbook and backbook, so what actually project management professional is differentiated from this the actual management role in the technical field? So how does that you know, help us? I do know that, like, you know, wherever you go, the position derivates from you know, in the office or an organization, they will ask the project PMP to, like, an expertise to take care of the project and the, you know, organization. But how actually it will help us initial days to pursue?
I think I kind of understand the question, Jeff, if you want me to phrase it. Jeff, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead and rephrase.
Okay, so if I get this right, so outside of having the management and technical skills, then what is there for beyond that the benefit of the PMP and its application? And I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah, and again, I just restate that one is the gold standard for certifications in project management. Once you hang those three letters after your name, it just answers a lot of questions that don't need to be asked up front. And secondly, if you have actually studied enough to get the PMP, then you have the operational foundation to actually run a project from start to finish, from initiation to close, properly, effectively, and efficiently. And by and to standard. Again, back in the day before I had my PMP and just starting at Rackspace, I did basically whatever it takes. Give me the requirement. I'm just going to muscle through it with the people, and we're going to drag each other through to completion. Where the actual PMP training and the certification gives you the actual processes, the proper process to follow, and gain efficiencies while running projects and programs.
Yeah, that's a really good question, actually, and a good response, Jeff, because, I'm glad you made the other point. I don't know, the point about even going through the study material. I just found that I became smarter about managing projects. I don't know about you.
Yeah, that's exactly the case. I mean, a lot of it's common sense, but until you've read it and you're tested on it, I don't know about you, but for my instance, it doesn't stick until I'm tested.
And Jeff didn't tell you, but actually, Jeff, can you tell us real quickly? Let me do a whiteboard on this. So you can be proficient. Sorry, let me change the color here. You can be proficient in, or be moderately proficient, or below proficient in all 5 of the process groups. Correct? So tell me, where were you on your scores, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, no, I don't mind. But they've actually changed the verbiage. It's actually above target, target, below target, and like not trained or something. I can't remember what the lowest level was.
Below target.
Yeah, below target, and then like not even marginal. It was like you failed. You
don't take this test again.
Yeah, you didn't get your name right on the exam or something. So of those 5 areas, I had 3 target and 2 above target. And then the way that ProMetrics, when you take the exam, just like Jimmie has said, you score the exam, and then they ask if you want to take the survey. You can elect to. If you not, I said no thanks. And hit it, score, and it says, "Yay, wonderful, congratulations, you scored the exam, or you passed the exam." And then you go get the actual sheet, and it gives you a bar. It gives you a bar chart. It says where you've landed, and my bar chart, my line overall in the 5 areas.
We got a background. Hey guys, if you're speaking, please mute your name.
For the audio
Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, Jeff.
No problem.
You're making a good point. I don't
want దాంట్లోకి వెళ్ళు నీకు ఓపెన్ అయిన తర్వాత మీటింగ్ సెంటర్ అది ఉంటుంది కదా అప్లికేషన్ ఓపెన్ అయిన తర్వాత ఆడియో ఉంటుంది కదా అది చూస్ చేసుకో.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Some folks are having audio.
అలాగే చూస్తాను.
Yeah. The bottom line is I scored like maybe 2 or 3 questions in my best guesstimate from hitting above target, but at the end of the day, it was on target.
All right, well, good. Okay, so the bottom line is, if you do have a question for Jeff on these, you can send me an email, and I will follow up, Jeff, and maybe you have a response on that, so that we can make sure that folks can brief us. If it's okay with you, Jeff, I want to move along to answering some other questions about the requirements. But I do want to thank you, one, and reaching out to you soon.
Okay. Hey, thanks, Jimmie, for the opportunity to talk to you.
All right, brother. Be safe, okay?
Take care.
Yes, sir. Okay, guys.
Thank you, Jeff.
Hey.
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for answering my question.
Yeah. All right. Let me go through now, because some of you are not on mute, and that makes it harder for everybody else to listen. So first of all, thank you very much. Jeff is a student of mine from many years ago. Just make sure, give me a thumbs up. You can hear me, right? You can probably see me too, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so first, before we get started, just tell me where you are. So most of you want to take the exam, correct?
Yes.
Okay, is that
Yes.
all right? Okay, so here I want to make sure we understand a couple of things. There are a couple of ways to study for the exam. One is to go to a live class. Now, companies have these live classes all over the place. I live in San Antonio. You guys already know that. I give classes here in San Antonio. I usually don't give I don't give face-to-face courses outside of San Antonio just because of logistics and all that kind of stuff. But you guys have places where you live. If you live in Chicago, Tennessee, Miami, New York, Los Angeles, there are classes. Just be careful to pick the right class. And I'll give you guidance on that. We offer our own training, but I'm not here just to tell you about our training. You guys have training in your area if you want it. We have our own training, and you can ask me about that if you want to. Let me first go through the requirements. All right, so you should be able to see my PowerPoint, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell me if you can.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Make sure you mute your name, mute your account until you're ready to speak, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Okay. So first of all, if you have a 4-year degree, does everybody in here have a 4-year degree?
Yes, we have.
All right. So I don't care if your 4-year degrees from Texas, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Peru, I don't care. It doesn't matter. As long as it's an accredited institution, you're okay. All right? So then you have to show, if you have a 4-year degree, you have to show, where is it? Oh, let me see. This should be wrong. This is wrong right here. So that means you have to show 4,500 hours of leading and managing projects. Okay? So you can go back 8 years. Let me give you a whiteboard so you can see this. You have to show 4,500 hours of leading and managing projects. And you can go back 8 years. 8 years, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, for example, like I do, I'm sure a lot of you guys are the same as I am, that you worked on a project for, let's go project A, project B, project C. Project A was 1,500 hours. Project B was 1,800 hours. Where am I right now? 33, right? Right?
Yes.
So how much is that right there?
45.
4,500, right? So as long as you hit the 4,500 hours of leading and managing projects, you are good to go. Now, what does it mean? You were a project manager. You were a project lead. You were a customer. You were a quality manager. Whatever, quality manager. As long as you were involved with the project, that qualifies. Okay? You can give yourself a fancy title, that's okay. But as long as you were involved and you had an important role. Most of you have the hours. Okay, another thing, what's a project? Just to give you an idea, what's a project? All right, a project has start and end date. Something has a start and end date. It also delivers a unique product, service, or result. All right, so some of you work on software development projects, right? Correct?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, so you didn't have the software before, but then you developed the software. That is a project. And some of you work on a project that might take 24 months. So 24 months is 2,080 hours per year, because the Department of Labor says we work 2,080 hours a year, times 2. That's 4,160 already. If you worked on a project for 2 years, you're already at 4,160. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Are we okay with that?
Yes.
Sorry for
I have a question actually.
I have a question.
Actually, you told like sorry, like you told like leading a project and or else leading a project or else creating a like project managers will do other stuff than compared to other developers, right?
Right.
In that case, like how come like it is same the project, like how come it is same?
Okay.
Development is a
Yeah.
different task. Somebody will assign you the task, and we just had to do the task. Development
Okay.
is the entry level job is completely different from the one which
All
the
right,
experience is going through.
Manesh, are you asking that question?
Yes, yes, sure.
All right, Manesh. So listen. So you're on a project and you're given a task, right? Is that correct?
Yes,
All right. What's your title on that? What's your title on that project?
I'm a developer actually.
All right. So you're a developer, manager, or whatever the heck you want to call yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Just make yourself have an. Do you have an important role on that project?
Okay, okay, got you.
All right.
So like working on some project for this many hours. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
But you're right. I mean, listen, Manesh, what I'm saying is go in there knowing that you have an important role, okay? And when you get to the point where you're going to work on the application, reach out to me and I'll help you, okay?
Yeah, sure, sir.
All right. I can help any of you with the application. All right. You gotta reach out to me and give me some time to look at it.
Okay.
All right. The other thing is you have to have 35 hours of formal project management education. 35 hours. Some of you are in my class at Campbellsville, right?
Yes.
All right. So for taking the class that I teach at the university, you get all 35 hours by taking that one class. Okay?
Okay.
So all 35 hours that you need because the class is completely project management. So you get all the hours. Any questions on that? All right. Hey, I'll assume that's a no. Let's move on.
I do have one question.
Make sure you speak up now.
Yeah. So I do understand like we're supposed to pursue in a project. Doesn't matter whether it is the IT or management. We have to be an important role in a project. Is it has to be in the US or else is it okay to be outside of US also?
All right. Who asked me that question? You got the 5508 number. Who is it?
It's Indra, yeah, Indra.
Andrea. No, it can be anywhere in the world, but it cannot include Mars. It cannot include Jupiter, and it cannot include Pluto. But other than that, it's okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, brother? Yeah, as long as it doesn't include those other planets, you're okay.
Okay.
All right. It can be India. It can be Vietnam. It can be anywhere. Remember what Jeff said. As long as, PMI is a gold standard around the world. Okay, the PMP. All right. So how do you do this next? You have to go to PMI and submit the application at pmi.org. Okay, pmi.org. Once you start the application, you've got 90 days. Make sure you guys reach out to me because I've got descriptions to help you submit the application. So I've got descriptions that can help you submit the app to PMI. All right? And if you submit your application on Monday, by Friday you've got an answer. You're good to go. And then you got to submit payments. The exam is taken at a Prometric station. In San Antonio, we have one. In Cincinnati, there's got to be one. In Boston, there are two. I don't know. So you will go to the testing agency and you will take it at that location. All right? And as long most of you are in big cities or near big cities, so you don't have to worry about a paper exam. Now, submitting the application, once you submit the application and you're approved, you've got 3 tries. You want to pass it on the first try. Why? Because if you are a member of PMI, which I recommend, you should be a member of PMI. If you are a member, your fee for the exam is $405. If you're a member of PMI. If you are not a member of PMI, the fee is $555. So you want to be a member. Okay, what's the reason for membership? You guys have heard of the PMBOK, correct?
Yeah.
All right, the Project Management Body of Knowledge. So if you are a member, you get the PMBOK for free. It's included in your membership. It's a digital copy, and you can print it. Please do not get the physical copy. It's too cumbersome. It's almost 600 pages. Get the digital copy. It's a smart way to study. So I recommend that you pay for that membership first. You pay for the membership, and you'll be in better shape. I don't know where I am here with my link. All right, so let me go back to this. So $405 if you're a member of, this is USA, or $555 if you're not a member. You might as well become a member. You don't have to maintain your membership. Let's just say after you pass the exam, you don't have to continue paying the $132 for membership. Let me ask you, most of you are full-time students, is that correct? Yes. Guess what? Congratulations. Your membership to PMI is not $132, it's only $32. What does that tell you? Go get your membership right away, right?
Yeah.
All right, you're full-time, many of you are full-time students. Go get your membership now. It's $32. And because you got it at $32, you can now qualify for the exam at the cheapest rate, which is $405. Questions on that? Very good. I'm very pleased. All right. So now, once you pass the PMP, you only have to get 60 PDUs every 3 years. So if you go to any training on project management, you go through any kind of training regarding project management, from scope to quality to procurement, every 3 years you do that. It's only $60. You never have to take the test again. Never have to retest. Ever. $60 every 3 years. Okay, now our company offers training. We offer free training. So once you pass the exam, you can come and listen to a lot of these sessions for free, and you can maintain your PMP for free. Okay? All right. Go on here. Because I'm sure I'm going to have some questions for you. About 5% of the applications, 5% of the applications are audited. This means that PMI will say, well, can you have your manager verify that you indeed worked on this project? And so you go to your manager, they sign their name, John Doe. Then you send that in, and you're automatically approved. There's nothing else. That's it. But make sure you have a copy of your diploma from where you got your undergraduate, because they might ask you for that. And if you need to get signatures, you can do that. So go get those, and you'll be in pretty good shape. When you take a training, like if you take a training with my organization, we give you a certificate. So for your 35 hours, we give you a certificate that shows that you got 35 hours of formal project management education. The exam, all right, the exam. The exam is 200 questions. 200 questions. Now, the 200 questions, 175 are tested. This means that there are 25 questions that are just like test questions. They're not tested. They're in the exam, and they're just there to see if they can use them on future exams. So they're not tested, but you don't know where they are. They're random. So you're tested on 175. On the 175, you've got to get 106 correct. 106 is 61% to pass the exam. 61%. Sorry. Go back to it. 61%. Does that seem hard? Hold on a second. I think I lost my connection. Let me go back to this. There we go. Okay, 61%. Does that seem hard or not?
No.
It doesn't. Hold on. Can somebody take my right? I'm the host. Hold on. Presenter. Hold on. All right. Sorry, I lost my presenter right. Oh, sorry. 61%. It's a 4-hour exam. Now, most people take close to 3.5, 4 hours. I took the whole time because I just didn't. I wanted to be very meticulous. That means you got about 1.2 minutes per question. Every question is weighted the same. There are no scheduled breaks, so if you leave for a break, the clock keeps running. If you take off for a break, the clock goes. I took 2 breaks, 3 breaks, I don't know. But I was fast. I went to get some water, went to the bathroom, and came back. All right, so at the beginning, you're allowed 15 minutes for a tutorial, and I'll tell you more about that in a later session. Any questions on the exam?
Yeah, can you please tell me, like, we're supposed to get it 200 to 200? I
What's
missed
that?
part.
Repeat that.
There's a 200 questions, right?
Yes, 200 questions.
So we're supposed to get 200 out of that? I missed that.
So 200 questions, but you're only tested on 175. The other 25 questions are like randomly interspersed throughout the exam. Of that, you have to get 106 correct, 106. So 106 divided by 175 is 61%. Does that make sense now?
Okay, we're supposed to get 106 out of 125.
Yes, because there are 25 questions here that are just in the exam and they're testing him for a future exam.
Okay.
All right, good question. A nice question. I like that. All right, now, the exam is broken down into initiating 13%, planning 24, executing 31, monitoring 25, and closing 7%. Now, one thing to remember, the exam, the PMP exam is changing. The PMP exam is changing in March of 2018. So you need to decide if you're going to take the exam and be prepared for the one in this version or the one in the next version. There is going to be about a 25%, sorry about this, 25% difference in the exam, 25%. So it depends on when you want to take it. If you want to take your time, wait till next year, fine. You can start studying now, but the exam is going to change. PMI has a new edition of PMBOK. Right now we're using the current edition is the 5th edition, but now the 6th edition of the PMBOK is on the market. 6th edition. Does that make sense? All right, so what happens? Main thing is you got to submit an application. And some of you are going to see me again in class, so you can ask me anything you want. Make sure to set a date. Now, this is a big one. You determine how you're going to prepare. You figure it out. We offer 2 things. Okay, so from our organization, here's what we offer. I'm going to come back to the questions in a minute. Make sure you guys mute yourself. We offer live training here in San Antonio, and we offer online training. You guys know you get a discount in our online training. All right, so we offer a complete 60-hour program or so online. You can take it anytime you want. And it's ready for, if you roll over to the new next year, you want to take it next year, you automatically get access to the new program. But remember, this is our program. You guys can find your own program. You can go study your own material. You can go and do whatever you want to do. But I'm telling you, you need to, Jeff said it, you figure out what's right for you. Does that make sense? Questions for me?
Yes.
What questions do you have for me? Anybody?
So, you said it's going to be changed pattern in 2018. In that case, we have only 40 days left. So probably it will take 5 to 6 days to process the application and go through it. So what is the best suggestion from you to take exam in next month?
Okay, if there were now remember I said it's March of 2018, so you still have 120 days.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, so when I study, that's a really good question. When I study for the exam, I do 30-day windows, 30 days, and that's how I prepare. Now, if it takes me 45, okay, that's fine. But I try to put everything in 30 to 40 days because I don't have that much time. You guys know, you're busy, I'm busy. I don't have that much time to prepare. I got to really focus, right?
Yeah, understand.
Okay, so if you figure out your study, you guys know. I mean, you guys know where to study. If you want a program that's online, we offer that. But if you have your own program, go study that. Whatever makes you happy. Okay? Questions? What else?
Flores, this is Kaushik. I just want to check, you told that for qualifying this exam, it's 4,500 hours that should be mandatory, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah. I just want to cross-check with you.
So you've got your 4-year degree, right?
Yes.
All right, so 4,500 hours. So you got that you can go back 8 years. Okay.
Okay.
So you got maybe in my case, most of my projects are really long projects, so I could do it in 3 years. Because I had some projects that were like 2,000 hours.
Okay.
2 years, easy. I mean, I know because some of my projects are like, a lot of projects are that long. But listen, if your projects are short, it doesn't matter. Just put enough of them together.
Okay, thank you.
Good question. Nice question. Anybody else? Question?
Mr. Flores, I had a question.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So what I'm concerned is with the hours. So I have a 4-year degree, right? And then I went to get I had a U for class. I got my MBA with you.
Right.
But as far as the hours, that has to come from job experience, correct?
Well, Jorge, that's a good question. So what I would do is try to make it as much business related, because what we're trying to do is avoid the audits, right?
Okay.
So whatever you can, remember, it's start, end date, and delivers a unique product, service, or result. Whatever does that for you. I mean, keep it real simple now. So
Okay.
where do you work, Jorge?
Well, right now I work with United Healthcare. All my previous experience have been healthcare related, but I was in school. I had a couple jobs here and there. So my concern right now is I might not be able to make the project management hours through experience yet.
All right, here, hold on a second. All right, now there's a CAPM. Something I had to talk about before. The CAPM is the Certified Associate in Project Management. Certified Associate in Project Management. For this one, it's the entry-level exam from PMI. You have to have 23 hours of formal project management education or just 1,500 hours of working on projects. What you should do is do the 23 hours because those are easy to get. This is a CAPM. All right, now listen, hold on a second. CAPM, go look at this on the internet tonight so you don't think I'm just talking. CAPM, average salary in the United States, $69,000. Average salary. PMP, average salary in the United States, $109,000. Don't believe me now, go look it up yourself tonight. You'll see, Jorge, that either one of these gets you on the right track. And down the road, you can decide if you want to take the PMP because you'll get your hours down the road, right?
Yes, and I have seen that the other one, the first one you're talking about.
Right.
Seen that, and how what would you recommend? How can I satisfy those hours? It's educational hours, correct, or work experience?
Yeah, I mean you can do it in a lot of ways. So, like for example, you could go through a training program at where you work right now and get those 23 hours. In our program alone, our program is only $349, and it prepares you for the CAPM. and you get 40 hours just by going through that program. That's our program. Any other program, Jorge, would do the same thing.
Okay, so you do offer a program for the CAPM.
Yeah, it's the same.
As well.
The content is
Okay.
the same. When I teach CAPM PMP, the content is the same. And remember, in our program, we give you at least 1,000 questions to prepare for for either one, CAPM or PMP. At least test questions. Boom, back. You can do more than 1,000 actually, 1,400.
Okay. And if I take one of those classes and that satisfies the hours, then I don't have to worry about the work experience hours, correct?
Not for the CAPM, you don't.
Okay.
For the PMP, you still need your 4,500 hours.
Of course. Okay. But if I... Okay.
Yeah, for the CAPM, if you take the course, you get your we send you the certificate. We're certified through PMI, so that's it. You just go take the exam. In fact, I've got a lot of students taking that exam now.
Okay. And it's two different exams, correct? The PMP and the CAPM, they're two different...
But listen now. So when you take the CAPM, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, you've got your hours, boom, go take the PMP. Plus, you're going to have the confidence to know that you passed the other one, right?
Yes, of course. Okay.
That's what I teach. Jeff Moser was on earlier. I teach the CAPM course at Rackspace. I have a lot of students who take that exam. A lot.
Okay. And how can I get information on the CAPM courses that you give?
I'll give you the link. I'll send you tonight. You'll see a link, and you guys get a $50 discount just by participating today.
And you do it on site as well, correct?
Yeah, you can do it online. Now, our face-to-face course, I've got a face-to-face course scheduled for December 14th through the 16th in San Antonio.
Okay.
Now,
No.
and if you take the face-to-face course, you get access to the online course.
Okay, I'll take that in mind. Okay, I'll take that into consideration. I appreciate it.
Now, listen, you know that I don't care. If you find something out there, Jorge, that's better, you go take that. Whatever makes you happy.
Okay, appreciate it, Dr. Flores.
Yes, sir. Anybody else questions?
What do you think, which is the best option, online or the face-to-face?
Okay, well, where are you, Ramesh?
I'm in California.
California, all right. So the really thing goes back. I happen to be really good at online stuff. I have a lot of students who say, look, I've listened to your videos because my videos are comprehensive. So the whole program is almost 50 hours. And some of them will listen to the videos and they go, look, I don't have to go to the face-to-face. So how do you learn best? Do you learn best by being in the classroom, or are you okay with online? Remember, our online program has more than 1,000 sample questions. That's a lot of questions now, okay? A lot. Plus, I give you access to questions, like 250 questions about how to answer these questions. So, really go back to you. I mean, remember, in California, where you live now, most of the classes will be at least $2,000. At least. I don't want that. And some classes are up to $4,000. So you decided. You got that money, maybe you can do it. Our classes the online class is $349, and it includes all of the materials that you can do. So it really depends on where you are. How do you learn best? Are you there?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got background noise. I'm trying to mute this. Any questions? Questions, comments? Any questions, comments? Okay. So what I'll do is I will send you the recording so you can send it to anybody you want, and I'll send you the link if you guys are interested in the training. But again, do what's right for you. Whatever, if you feel like your company's going to offer it, take that training. Whatever works for you. All right, let me know if you have any questions. I don't want to keep you longer than I should here.
No, I appreciate it, Dr. Flores. Thank you.
All right, Jorge. Y'all be safe, and I'll see you. You can always reach out to me through email, and we'll be back in touch, okay?
Sure.
All right, good night.
Good night.
Thanks a lot, Flores.